Welcome all. This is the Battle Pirates Crib Hangout. I'm sure you'll be glad to know that Stephen's not hosting this week. I'd like to start off with a public apology for last week's battle. That was on me. I fell asleep. I'm very sorry. I'm not resigning because I'm just staying.
When Tyler falls off a cliff, someone's got to step in and do it. I thought you were like in a well. I thought you were gonna be in the bottom of like that creepy well from The Ring with that little girl. I thought that's where we were gonna find you in like on the daily news tomorrow. I was expecting. We'll see.
The community appreciates the fact that you stepped in and made sure we had a show, Stephen. I definitely appreciate it. Right, what are we talking about tonight then? Let me find the July working. Actually, let's not start with that. Let's start with the Forsaken Arena tournament. How did you all find it? Go on, Legman, you can start us off.
I'll start off. Well, I did not coin. I did use 2,000 uranium to open the second slot up. I played the bare minimum, and I found it fun, but because I wasn't willing to coin, I just paid the bare minimum, and I ended up coming 42nd and getting one hole. That's basically it.
And what fleets were you using for that, mate?
I used a great vary. I kept swapping the fleets out and trying to use the most economic fleets. A couple of times I used a Berserker and subs. A couple other times I used Berserker and Crusaders. I used the Monarchs once. I just kept experimenting.
Yeah. How did you find the arena, Will?
It was a challenge, I must say.
But I did. If you're a noob and don't know how to build fleets, I can see that would be a struggle for you, Will.
Yes, Tyler.
Okay.
I came in 97th.
That's not too bad. That's top 100 at least. Stephen, what about you?
I was too busy. I didn't get a chance to play it, but I did get 92nd in my sector. 0 points. I got like 200 free pieces of uranium. It was beautiful.
That's in your bracket, Stephen. It's not in your sector.
Man, same fucking difference.
Chuck, what about you, mate? Oh yeah, can we just introduce Chuck, by the way? This is his first show.
Welcome, buddy.
One thing's going to guarantee he's going to talk more sense than Stephen and Will. So, welcome, Chuck. How did you find the arena tournament? Where is he? Chuck! Go on then, Scotty. How did you find it?
This is where you talk, buddy. He went to go smoke a cigarette. He probably didn't get back in time.
It wasn't too bad, to be fair. I mean, I did about 40 games, but I kept finding the same people, so I got bored. I finished 11th, so it wasn't too bad.
That's where I finished. We're basically the same now, Scotty.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
come hit my base and we'll see if we're the same.
Kane keeps telling me that you're sniperable anyway, Scotty.
I probably am.
That's all he ever says is, oh yeah, Scotty's a noob, you can snipe his outpost.
You used to be able to, we fixed that.
Oh, okay. In terms of fleets that worked well then, I mean, I'd love to take credit for it, but obviously it was the BP prof. We all know that I don't actually have any original ideas. And him and fuck off, Stephen. Him and his five monarch build was pretty destructive, but I died to a couple of sub-fleets, so I changed it into 4 monarchs and a cryonic frosty. What? I was winning.
Until you lost.
I actually lost 3 fights in the whole arena, and 2 were to subs. So, I mean, I found
How many did you do? 4?
Well. Got it, I came in the same place as you, mate.
Like I said, how many did you do 4?
No, I had a good 10-game kill streak at one point. Scotty, look, just because you coin doesn't make you better, alright? That's the only difference.
Uh-huh.
Okay, So yeah, anyone else find any other fleets that work really well? I mean, personally, I'll just start with my fire battle.
Croydep charge rush fleets.
Yeah, I know Darren from THE had a good idea of putting the Monarch in front and rushing, and that was working quite well. Apparently, I think he got a 17 game kill streak or something like that.
I was doing the Grim Wraith and the V2H because the Grim Wraith stuns.
Yeah, he had a Monarch leading his as well with the wake module to speed him up so you couldn't get away.
Hey, Tyler, take a look at our internal chat for a second. Not to cut you off. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, anyone else find any other fleets that worked well?
Mastodons. Mastodons work quite well. Protomass.
Yeah, I heard that Protomass were doing quite well. I think someone said that on the Wednesday show that Protomass were doing well. I think that might have been the professor as well. But yeah, I mean, fireback drones. Everyone was hating on them a little bit. I thought that was brilliant. I was loving it. With my 10-minute repairs against pretty much any fleet. It was brilliant. But yeah, so I mean, there was one thing in the arena that I just wanted to bring up. Now, I've got a couple of poll accounts. Obviously, me and Payne had that one. I've got a couple across the different platforms. And I've got one that's level 33. And it got first prize in the arena with 1,100 points. Fully first prize, got the new ship skin, got the 3 Valkyrie cruisers, got all the ship build tokens. And my uncle had an ult that was a level 45. And that came third in the arena, and the top prize in that bracket was like 1,500 points or something. How do they decide the brackets, and was there some level work going on there?
It varies on when you start and what your rating is.
So if they had basically if they had no rating, that would be why their bracket was easy.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's why I got into an easy bracket myself. I've only done a couple, maybe 15, 20 rounds in the arena period.
One of the things this arena showed up is I was on a different chat once with actually Kicksky person, and I brought up the thing about how I thought the arena, and this is going back in the original arenas when it first started, that it came down to too much luck of the bracket, because back then, like I'd get 36,000 points and I wouldn't even get anywhere, where my teammate and Alliance would get less points than me and end up in getting hulls. And I said it came down to luck. This actually arena showed you how much I was right about that. It actually came down to luck of the draw.
I wouldn't say it's luck of the draw. It's a fact of the skill of the opponent. I mean, you get put in the bracket that you deserve to get.
But hang on, Jason. You just showed. Tyler just said he has in a bracket. Once somebody was in a bracket where the leader only got 1,000 points.
Yeah, but it varies.
If I was in that bracket, I would have won.
It varies. It varies on your rating.
I mean,
if you're a lower rating, then you're going to get put with a lower group.
Yeah, I mean
not necessarily. That's not sorry. I can't agree with that, because last arena, one of my alliances was basically, I think, 5 points difference in our ranking. We were same label, the same title they give you when you get to a certain level with the same title, and it happened again this time too. He actually was worse off this time, but another person with the same ranking as me actually was in a different bracket, and he ended up in the top 25, and he actually played less than me and had less points.
Yeah, I mean, you're both right in a sense. Obviously, the arena is partly based on rating. We think this one was, but past arenas, as far as I was aware, they were completely random. And I get what you're saying, Wayne, that it is frustrating if you're in a bracket. I mean, this level 33, I don't even play. I literally played it because I was enjoying using my fireback.
You got to think it's right. It depends on how the people in your bracket, how they want to play that arena. If they want to fully go head out on it and completely coin their arse off, then they're going to do it. If they don't want to do it next
year,
they're not going to.
But therefore, it comes down to luck. If you've got the same ranking as somebody else and you're in 2 different brackets, and he only needs to get 10,000 points to get into top 25. But I get like 30,000. I don't even make I barely make the top 60.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I think this ult I had, I only went on it because I wanted to use the drones some more because I was loving them. And for me, I get what you're saying, Scotty, about if you're a lower rating, then you're fighting people with lower rating. But how can it be right that a level 33 has come out with 3 Valkyrie cruisers with I'm going to say an elitist print, in the sense that only elite players were really meant to get it, like an elitist skin, a badge, and like 2 days worth of ship build tokens, and he's a level 30. I can't even store the res to build the ship on that account, yet he's got basically the same tech that someone like, say, Santana has gone out, and I saw a picture of his bracket on the Alliance group, which is why I'm saying him, and had to get like 25, 30,000 points to win his bracket, and I got 1,100. Now, to me, Kits, I've done something wrong with that. And if you're going to use different brackets and base them on ratings, surely you've got to have different prizes based on ratings as well. Because now that level 33's got better tech than a lot of people, to be fair. I mean, you said you got 11. That means he's got one more Valkyrie cruiser, Valkyrie carrier than you.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, I only got 11 because I got bored of it because I was playing the same people over and over. Because just for me, winning doesn't really bother me so much, but playing the same people over and over gets boring. If I'm playing different people, I'll call my arse off. But if I'm playing the same people over and over, I won't bother. And that's why I stopped, and I feel finished 11th. I mean, I didn't play in 2 days, 2.5 days, and I finished 110th.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously I don't coin. These ults had a couple of coins on them, but not a lot. And it's like, for me, this first prize in the arena needs to mean something, and it takes the piss a bit that they must have done something with the brackets, because I'm not being funny. I was really lucky that my ult was in that easier bracket, and then it seems like a massive coincidence that my uncle's ult, which was a low level, was in a really easy bracket, and then also,
Oh my god, it's a snowman.
Giggity.
What's up, Snow?
Tyler, you fucking noob.
I tell you what, Snowman,
agree with
you know
that,
your
Snowman.
voice gives me a hard on. Anyway,
Okay.
Did you play the arena, Snowman?
A little bit, yeah.
Any good?
I came in 22nd.
I beat you.
Did you use any coin?
Oh, no.
I think I used like 20, that was it. Only because I was in a hurry to get ranked up and then I got off.
I bet
Chuck,
you did.
you can talk, mate. We just couldn't hear you when you went to talk before, I think. Jump in.
Yeah, we tried to throw the floor to you to see what you thought about the tournament.
I think the tournament basically, for the $100 that I spent and the 140 that I got screwed out of, 140 coins, all in all, it was all right. I made 14th. Normally, I'm ranking in the top 10. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we did. Did you think you had the right amount of value for fun for your $6? So like you got out pretty damn cheap for kickside math.
I spent $100.
Okay, well, it's $100. How happy are you with 14th? Do you think it was a good value proposition, or do you wish you still had that in your pocket?
Well, to be honest with you, I got 2 Valkyrie carriers and a stupid 12-hour ship build token, which was a joke. For the insurance raids, I spend $25. I usually place 1st through 10th.
So, does it piss you off then, Chuck, that my old account that's a level 33 is walked out with the elite skin, 3 Valkyrie cruisers, carriers, keep saying cruisers, 3 Valkyrie carriers, and like 3 days worth of ship build tokens and a badge, and
That's it.
he
Rubbing
only
it hard.
get
Rubbing
1,000 points.
I've never understood why sub, say, 50 or 55 bases can win the same prizes as the end game players. It's kind of crazy to me.
This is my problem, right? If they're going to do it, so you based on, and it's not even the fact that they could earn it, it's the fact that they weren't even competing against the top players for the top prizes. How can you compete against other level 33s and then win the same prizes? Do you know what I mean? That's just wrong.
What they need to do,
wrong.
you know how like you can't hit under low 50? Do a similar sort of thing. 50 below get their own bracket.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, we're not in their own bracket; their own prize structure.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is though, right? Is I don't mind if a level 33 came out, coined his arse off, and built the right fleet and ended up getting 10,000 points, right? Fair enough. But why is their bracket so much easier when they're fighting for the same prizes? It doesn't make sense to me. It's like even my bracket. I'm a level 60. I'm a level 70 now. Actually, I'm moving up in the world. And my bracket was easier than my uncle's bracket, who's like 8 levels higher than me. Do you know? It just seems like they didn't think it through.
In that situation, I understand it goes by ranking in the actual how much you play the arena. I mean, mine's about 1800, so I always tend to get a harder bracket anyway. But I see what you mean. I mean, the lower people shouldn't get such an easy bracket.
Not if you're fighting for the same prize. It just doesn't make sense.
If they're going to get a bracket that's such a difference in level of difficulty, then obviously they'll get like either the Atlas or something else along that line, even a Harlock.
What does a level 35 really need with that fucking hole? You're not going to have the tech to put on it. You're not going to have the dock to where you need it to be to have the proper weight.
I think even to coin it, you're going to get what 2-3 levels if you're going to coin a fleet of them. You got 2-3 levels. You're not 13 anymore.
I mean, the thing is, because to me, it's not even about. I've been an advocate from day one of giving lower players a chance, and I don't disagree with that, right? But they should have to fight for it, and it's not. A lower player hasn't outdone Scotty and earned first place, but it hasn't even outcoined Scotty and earned first place. It's just been a lower player, and that has given him first place. That to me seems flawed. Now, I doubt we're going to get any confirmation of Kickseye as to how the brackets were sorted. We don't generally get that. But to me, something must have been going on there.
I mean, the hull on its own is a 5-day build. So, you're telling me a level 30 player is going to build a whole hull ranked up, armoured up and special up in that 9 days of build when they build something else? It ain't going to happen.
No. Okay, so moving on then, let's talk about the hull itself. The Valkyrie carrier, what do we think of it? Is it useful? Is it wank? Let's throw it out there. Stephen, do you want to kick us off?
I think the evade's too low. Like Garth was saying on the Wednesday show, if you look at the numbers, to spec it properly for the right amount of evade to make it useful in FVF, you lose so many cross specials that I think it's more of a base defensor, to be honest. Garth had great points on that, on adding another thermal hull, essentially. Sneak it in, take out a Harlock, and rotate it in that way. Like I said, I didn't win it, so I didn't delve as hard into it as I could have for the research. So if I'm missing something, feel free to say it.
Ballistic's all it's got. That's all it's got. Ballistic and the firm one is all it's got. That's it. It loses a hell of a lot of armor, and its armor isn't that great. Even if you put full bulkhead and you put 25k armor, I mean, I hit a base. When was it? 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and I hit one of these Valkyries 70% rank with Locust, and I walked straight past it because it just disappeared. It vanished. It died that quick, and you can tell it was pretty armored up, but I hit it goes, and it just died. The armor wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, think about anything in your. Sorry, one quick point, and I'll let you take the floor. Think about anything that's in your base. It's going to have at least 55-60% evade. It's not even on the same planet as what we have from most other hulls. Yeah.
I mean, if you go and evade, go Warbird. It starts with 20%. If you're going to go evade, but other than ballistic, I can't really see anywhere it's gaining.
I drafted the fleet of these, and I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the Warbird, but I had a look at this to see how it's useful, and I built a fleet up, bulkhead 2D5E, and the armor comes out at like 17k. Now, 6 months ago to a year ago, maybe that was competitive. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I remember the days where a full DNX fleet would be armored at like 12,000, and you'd be thinking, "God, that's a monster fleet. You know, that's going to tank a lot of shit." But at 16,000, when you're competing against fleets that have a lot more, it's going to struggle, I think. And I think I like the how.
The free armor slot, what does it?
Yeah, that's what. If that had another armor slot, and you could get another, if that was a 24k armor ship with evade, which is what you need with the 2D5E to get it anywhere near decent, then it would be better. And to be honest, the Locust UAV is one of the most overpowered weapons in the game. We talk about cryonic depth charges, and we talk about Siege Z, Arbalest, but the Locust UAV, I watched it in action. I hit a guy in the arena, and he was picking off my drones and chaining the whole lot with one round of Locust, and he only had one Atlas. I mean, seriously, those things are nasty. So if you've got a hull that you can fit it on, it's like having Siege Z on Mastodons or Kodiaks. You know what I mean? That's a good hull. But I don't think the Valkyrie is really doing it justice, in my opinion. It will still be good, because the Locust is a hell of a weapon, but it could have been better. Will, what do you think on it? Have you seen much of it?
I haven't seen much of it, but to me it looks like a decent haul. But I'm gonna agree that it should be more base defense than anything. Take out a Harlock or a Viper, put that in place.
Thing is though, it's a fleet v fleet. It's not a base defense. You put that in the base defense and it's gonna melt.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying a bit, Scotty, but then it depends. If it can deal out enough damage quickly, which Locusts do, then, you know, it's still going to take a bit out of your fleet. Especially if you do like armor it up quite a bit and stick on heavy plate, and then you can
I'd rather not.
Sorry guys, I'm just gonna have to stop here. Will's just put on the chat that he had to shave his beard, and we all know that is utter bullshit. Will win that.
Come on there, Scrappy.
Next week, come on the show with a beard.
Hey, don't shave for a week. Let's see. I got a spot there, baby.
I didn't shave for like a year. I had more. Of a
yeah, that's more.
It's okay.
I'm gonna leave it alone. We're good.
Go on, Scott. Carry on.
I was done.
Oh, go on, Legman. What do you think of the Valkyrie carrier then?
Well, until somebody comes up with something for it, I think it's pretty useless myself. I mean, if you've got something else that has UAVs like Atlases or one of the others, I'd rather put UAV on them. As far as detecting subs, which some people are looking at it, the thermal is not anywhere near a Frosty, so I'd rather use my Frosty or Interceptor. It's just not powerful enough to really to give you the benefit and gain to win a battle. Unless somebody comes up with something.
You won't need thermal in the base for subs to be detected. I mean, as soon as if you got thermal in the base at a certain level, as soon as Reapers fire, for example, which is what the main reason people have them now, they're going to get seen. And to be honest, I'd rather have a Harlock carrier and an Interceptor than have a Valkyrie, because the Harlock carrier will have 31,800 armor, I believe, instead of 25,000. 31,600 instead of 25,000, and then you got the Interceptor as well. So I'd much rather have a Harlock.
The only thing I'll say on that is that it's worth remembering that the Valkyrie has 4 specials, the Harlock's only got 3. So although you can't get the same armor, you know, you can add another defensive special potentially.
For a base defense, you don't really need as many armor slots.
Yeah, you don't need
you don't need the specials as much as you need the armor. I mean,
you don't need the engine, do you?
Let's face it, for a base defense, at the max, you need pinch resistance, which is shield electronics. You need heavy plating, and possibly evade, but probably power cells on a highlight for the most part. So you got power cells, you got pinch resistance, and you've got your heavy plating. That's all you need on a base defense ship. You don't need anything else, unless you're using it for a spotter, which you need SAP3 and Cutlass 1. Unless you're using it for a spotter, you don't need anything else.
I mean, yeah. Maybe that gives the Valkyrie. I mean, to be honest with you, I think there's a shout for using the Valkyrie over the Harlock Atlas in general use. In terms of general tasks, I'd say that the Valkyrie did edge it. And if I get a chance, I'll maybe look at some comparison builds between the two. But I'm pretty confident in saying that because on every, when we were looking at Tessa's a couple of weeks ago, her Atlas UAV, and she was saying that Medusa, and she was saying that hers were lacking in the special sort of thing, and we fixed hers up. You're always missing the special on a UAV ship if you've only got 3, because you can only have power cells, evade, and engines, or power cells, resistance, and engines, or not have power cells. And with the Valkyrie, you get the benefit of being able to have all 4, which probably gives it an edge, I'd have thought. Would you agree with that, Scotty? Or Snowman, or whoever? Is that fair to say?
Well, I suppose that would depend on what you're coming up against. That's the key, would be the key. I mean, you've got a good point there. But I think the key there would be really, really depending on what you come up. Once again, it'd be one of those things, if it's built right for the right target.
Yeah. I've just seen, that was from the chat, was it, Stephen?
Yes, it was. From Darren.
Darren, who I mentioned earlier with his Forsaken Arena build, saying that it would be pretty awesome to have a fully loaded Valkyrie carrier in that. I definitely think it's going to deal out a shitload of damage. And I'll tell you another thing, for those who have forgotten, because I haven't mentioned it for a while, that if you're doing a raid and you're a lower level, and you've got 3 of them that you're running as zombies, you're going to outrange a lot of stuff, and the second you fire a round off, that ship's dead. Because with 24 locusts swarming it, it's going to die. Do you know what I mean? So even if you go in on a raid and you just pick off them, they're going to die pretty quickly down under locusts, especially at a high rank. So there is definitely value in the Valkyrie carrier. I'd say I'm pretty confident in saying that it's better than the Harlock Atlas in terms of probably base hitting, definitely fleet beef fleet, and definitely ordinary tasks in the game, such as missions and raids. Base defense, Scotty makes a good case for it probably not being. You don't have the same armor capacity there. But yeah, I mean, I think we've pretty much summed it up. Has anyone else got anything they want to add on it?
Say move along, mosey this train on.
Okay, so let's talk about the July work in progress. Scotty, can you remember the bits that were in it? Because I didn't make a note. Scotty, bail me out.
It's one of your big Scottish balloon.
Where is he? What's it? Okay, right, let's talk about the next raid instead then. Chuck, are you around? Are you talkable? Because I know you had some info on the raid.
I had some info on the raid. Let me pull it back up.
Yeah. I mean, the raid starts on July the 16th, which is obviously this Thursday. We're led to believe it's going to be the last.
Son of a bitch! Weekend I'm moving. Fucking assholes. Sorry.
It's okay. This is the first raid in about 3 months on my mornings, so I'm happy. I finish at 12 o'clock.
Well in.
I can get it done out of the way.
I may not even have internet. I'm gonna cry. I'll be in the corner, guys.
What's wrong with Steve?
He's just discovered he might not be able to play the raid.
No, I told you the day that I'm moving, that Sunday, is raid weekend.
Oh, okay. Steve, mate, you're not going to miss the 2-day token that you would have been able to get.
Your account details, and he can play for you.
You'll have to raid on the go.
Wayne, that's a bannable offence.
That's why you get in a good alliance, and your friends can help you out on tight situations. I'm sure I'll be okay. Just means I can't grind it and do it cheap. I got to spend some money.
Pretty for Steven.
Yes.
Smallest
I'm actually, pessimistically me, I'm actually looking forward to raid. I don't know if you guys watched the particular other show, but going on the information that was given out, I'm actually really looking forward to some of the details of what the raid is supposed to be doing. But in saying that, I've been excited before and then been disappointed when it happens.
Yeah, I mean, we have had some info off our favourite older brothers, and I think that's what Chuck was going to pull up, but I'll just quickly talk through it. So, the raid, there's going to be reader targets where it seems like it's going to work a little bit like the sector saw, but instead of getting points, you're going to earn ships that you've rescued. So you're going to go into a fight, and there's going to be, like the Shroud we had before, from what I gather, they're going to be inside that. You're going to unlock them, basically. They're going to run off to the side of the map. On their way, they'll shoot at the enemy ships. But basically, they're going to be running scared, a bit like Steven when he sees me coming. And then, as they get rescued, once they're all out on the side of the map, you can then finish off the target. And then once you get a certain amount of those ships rescued, you get elite mercenary crew, which I believe has 25% combat speed, 25% damage, and 25% all resistances, I think.
Yep. And 15% crit chance to ballistics.
Yeah, that's for the Crusader, isn't it? Yeah.
So basically, it's a Crusader legendary fleet. We'll cut it short.
The only thing I was concerned about, did you hear or did the information tell you how many you have to free and how many you actually have to get this road crew?
800.
Well, yeah, that's what I saw, 800.
And that's what I also saw, but the thing that was worrying me is I was trying to look at the pictures that were shown. How many did you see in one target?
You only, in the picture, you only see 3, but that could be like, say, 3 sets of 3. You don't see.
That's the thing I'm interested to see. I'm actually interested to see because if it's only like 3, because don't forget they've actually got to get to the side and get out. If they die, which according to Rooster, they're not very well armored, so there's a good chance some of them will die. So if you only get 1 or 2 free each hit, that's 800's a lot of hits.
You'd have to learn. For a start, you'd have to learn the route.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is, still 800 is still a hell of a lot.
I mean, yeah.
I'd probably
won't
say
know until we get there how much it is.
If you're in sets of 3, I'd say maybe 9 in each.
Yeah. 9 of each what?
I'd say 9 of each ship's rescue. If I was to guess, I'd say 3 on the right, 3 on the left, 3 at the top, kind of thing.
And is that in an elite or in a?
No idea, but that's just a guess. If I was to say, I'd say that the top one would be grouped to 9.
I tell you now, though, guys, to be honest with you, from what I gathered, they're not going to be in the campaign, are they? Can someone just confirm? They're not. The campaign is still going to be normal, or are they not?
To be honest, if there's no sector storm, you're hitting map targets. If there's no sector storm or the platforms, I won't hit map targets at all. Not at all.
I wish we had more info on it.
I'll be done.
Normally at this point we've got a bit more info, haven't we? We're a bit in the dark still this week.
One of the things I was interested in, Tyler, was that the info that said that all campaigns will be available to all levels.
And this is important. I did want to talk about this, Wayne. So, I mean,
sorry,
I don't know if you guys can remember, but you know the Do you remember the ABC targets that we had a while ago for the fleets we had on the map? There
Yeah,
was like 21 to 25 with the C's.
you hit
Now-
the five. You hit the 5 sets. You hit. What you want about the sets that you do?
Yeah, that's the one. But obviously they didn't have a cap initially, did they? You could just hit as many C's as you wanted.
Well, that's how I got most of my first arena fights. I mean, I dropped somebody in my alliance, some coin. He prepped out some of the beasts for me, and I got my beast sets like that. So I'd finish him off, get the set, and get
you probably only just started then, hadn't you, Scotty? That was a few months ago, wasn't it?
That was my first month. I got Reapers and Vindicators.
Oh, for God's sake. But yeah, I mean, so the C targets were definitely grindable. I mean, to be fair, I can remember grinding them with SWs and, just autoing the targets, as well as having my Spectres out and doing them all no damage.
I had 600 sets in my BCs.
Yeah, alright, Scotty. Right.
I just want to put you into the ground. That's all.
The prodigal son, look, is like the quickest ever. We're all pretty sure you're hacking, Scotty. You've got like a 20 mil OD.
15, thank you very much.
But yeah, so I mean, this raid, my advice to non-coiners, because we know they're my favourite group of players, not like Scotty, the rich bastard.
Don't remember.
For non-coiners, don't worry about losing all your fleets in the siege or the elites. Hit the recon or the strike and just grind it out all day, like Willard does with his Seawolves.
This is what me and Pam was talking about. I mean, it says that they're open to all levels. Does that mean that the high level players can get a strike?
Motherfucker, God, that'd be cool.
And according to Doom Rooster,
let's
that's what he said. But remember,
sorry, let's face it. If the high level players hit a strike, I mean, I can auto the strike all day long with the same fleet and hit the elite.
Shh. It's not all about you.
No, but I'm just saying, if we can hit all the levels, where's the equality in that? Because you can just grind the strike all day long for nothing. If you're a high level player.
We've got a really nice raid coming up.
No,
why are you putting them off the idea?
No, but it's the same as the low levels. They can't hit the elite. So why is it available?
Wayne had a point here, guys.
So Will can keep hitting the strike with his SWs, and I can hit the strike with my Frosty and Mask, and happy days. Go on, Chuck.
It was Wayne. Go ahead, Wayne. What was that point you had to make?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, Doom Rooster clearly said that it was going to be available for all people. Every campaign is going to be available for all people. And I straight away went, oh, God, the grinder's going to love this. I can think of a few ways that I could do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a definite grinder. You can just ask Snowman.
Well, subs can do recons on auto.
Yeah. I mean, I am definitely a grinder.
I think we both are. That's how we both got our starts. I mean, I know I did it. I got to battle cruisers in a fucking month because I built them horribly as I started the game, but because I figured it out, I auto-ground and figured out the math and just ground the fuck out of campaigns. That's from the very beginning and introduction in this game. I've been a fan of grinding the low-level shit if you can. Figure out your exploit and go. By exploit, I don't mean cheat. I mean smart strategy.
You were grinding there, Tyler. Didn't Snowman do your last raid for you?
No.
There was a couple raids
before now.
Yeah. Didn't he do that raid for you?
He got me like 7 mil points. Leave me alone, Scotty.
Your ass got 7 mil. I was getting you 7 mil every time.
Snowman, you don't love me anymore. Just Olaf, go.
Listen, listen, Linda. Everybody wants to know how long you've been growing that beard. 16 years. Okay, move back. Let's go.
We don't talk about beards when Willard's about, all right? You make him upset.
One day your day will come. Willard, you got a point? You got a point to make?
I love you grind your new crap now. I'm still grounding Seawolves, thank you very much, when my other fleets are done repairing.
Well, stop building
Now
shit
you all may think,
fleets
oh,
then.
no big deal.
Learn how to build decoys.
I'm working on that, Tyler.
Talk to us. We'll help you out.
Yeah, I'm a
Just
top
don't talk to
grinder.
Tyler.
I'm a top grinder. I've had very good reports about my grinding, and I'll be happy to help you grind, Will.
Not from your missus, though.
Nah, from your
I'm
missus.
gonna
I don't want
Back to
any part of
the
your
thank you very
grinding
much.
processes. Thank you very much, sir. Keep that over there on your side of the pond.
Anyway, another tip for low levels: use zombie fleets because they're campaigns. You don't have to put any health on the ships. You can just use flash health. Stephen's done well in raids ever since I told him about that.
Zombies.
Yes, can I just extrapolate on that a little bit? He's 100% right. Gave him credit for reminding me about that. But when you say this, if you say you're using subs, you can put 2, 3 health points on it and hit a campaign. Campaigns have no minimum health requirement, above 1 point. So if you want to go in there and get a couple shots off with Mastodons, you can. I know a lot of people get good results. It's not just subs.
Really?
Yes. All day. I've seen people do it with Mastodons in the lead. Coin could put a couple coins on the lead, throw half-dead zombie Mastodons out there all day long.
I've done like complete raids pretty much on zombie fleets before.
I've seen zombie subs
Tyler,
in
have you
like
got subs? Have you
Map
got subs?
What, sorry?
Have you got subs?
Yeah, I've got subs, Wayne. I'm the king grinder. Every
Not-
good
not
grinder's
very
got
good
a set of
subs.
subs, hasn't he?
Because a decent sub fleet on the siege campaign can take out 3 boats in the siege campaign in 5 minutes, because you've got to drive around the side to get to those 3 boats. You can do it in 5 minutes, and you get 160k points, no damage.
Also, the
and then
Hulk,
cancel it and do it again.
yeah,
Yes,
and
and
also
then-
the Hulks on 4 and 5, the big ships on them you can sub out as well. You can, if you know how to drive subs, as in stop yourself manually, you can pretty much take out everything. So, subs are good, zombie fleets are good, Mastodons work well, Locust UAVs work well. Yeah,
To be fair, even if you're using Locust, zombie lightning carriers work really well. I mean,
yeah,
me and Tyler
yeah.
did a little play about, and if you do zombie lightning carriers, one salvo with them do a shitload of damage because they just swarm forever.
Okay, I know Chuck's got some info on the prize from the raid. Go on, Chuck. Speak to me.
Yeah, apparently the top prize, they've only listed some of them. Top prize will be the new launcher weapon, like the impulse launcher. The words that CM Doom Rooster used were shockwave launcher D98U. It gives 2 stats, shockwave stat to lower radiation defense or radiation damage. Other top prize is supposed to be a really cool looking fusion carrier. Little is known right now, but it will be the Forsaken Hull. This will be the first of a load of new Forsaken tech from the guys we rescued this raid. Am I sounding right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's time to refit my credits.
See, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, in all respect, I expected missiles. It'd be in the next kind of like overpowered, because missiles have kind of like died out now.
Have they?
Well, yeah,
Really?
because the main missile that people used was B-torps because of the range.
I'm pretty sure they didn't use B-Torp.
Did you use B-torps as missiles?
Sorry.
What kind of crack are you smoking?
Sorry,
today?
strike Bs. My bad, strike Bs. But the main missile people use was strike Bs because of the range. It's like 74 range, so you got like 96 point something.
I'm pretty sure 72.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
But either way, SFP3 you get like 96 range with the strike Bs, whereas and now they've done the whole bypass like decrease. You know, they fixed that. The damage they do isn't significant, so they've got the range, but they haven't got the damage anymore. Because obviously they was bypassing more on than they should, so they need to kind of do like a siege missile that's got a decent range. Because these the only really missile that, you know, the decent damage. and Mastodon's the only thing you can put it on to get the range.
I mean, okay, let's not forget that Kodiaks can still auto the fuck out of a track phase. Not as well as Crusaders and probably not as well as Gauze, but they're probably the next best option after. So I don't think there's a lot wrong with Siege D, to be honest with you. I think it's on a par with Locust. I don't think it's far off Arbalest. And it's not on the same level as Dragonfires, but it's got a different strength. Do you know what I mean? You can't outrun a Siege D. It's going to pound you and do a lot of damage. And I mean, people were talking about Proto Masks working well. I'm guessing they've got Siege D's on them. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. They work well on Siege Z, but if your Apox mortars are retroed and you've got enough of them, Mastodons are going to get destroyed. Because they have to lag to use them correctly. They have to lag them behind, which they're going to get caught by the splash.
I only have 2 Apox, and they eat Mastodons alive. I'm saying this stops everything. They're retroed pretty hard, but they're not all the way on categories.
I mean, you make a siege missile that has the weight's going to be hard, so you can't have as many as the Strike Bs, but you make the range like 90 odd. You can then walk into the wall and be able to hit enforcers or gollies, or make it a decent range. I mean, because if you've got SFB3 with a Siege Z on, say, like a Savage, for example, your range is going to be 88, which isn't enough. Because by the time you've walked into the wall, you've took way too much damage.
I mean, okay, I hear what you're saying, Scott, but would you say a Siege D is better than, say, the Cryo N, which is the best launcher? Because to me, launchers are definitely a lot less used in the game now than siege missiles are.
Yeah, because you can't get the explosion that you need. The explosion doesn't do as much damage. So, whereas I think, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, they always go through a system, don't they? I mean, they go like missiles, like they've just gone to rockets. They've done the missiles with the Bs. They've done launchers with the Cryo S and the S. It's just a system. It just seems to me that the next thing to do would be missiles again, because it goes through a system.
To be honest, ballistics. I mean, to be honest with you, though, at the minute launchers are pretty useless.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, S launchers aren't that bad, depending on what they're hitting.
Well, I tell you now, right? I don't know if you guys can remember when the D92U came out. It was fucking ridiculous compared to anything else the game had ever seen before. We play a whole different game now compared to what we played.
Oh, good God, yes.
I mean, it was because when the D92U come out, the Enforcers come out shortly afterwards.
Radiation, fire damage.
The main thing that people were getting hit with was House Strikes, and House Strikes couldn't even get near the Enforcer.
Yeah, I mean that's base defense, but I mean think about Drac bases. They used to actually be difficult, and then you could put D92U on anything, and you'd start firing, and the platform would just blow up. It'd be like, what?
Yeah, the whole corner would be gone.
Yeah, it would be like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? I put them on STX, my STX fleet, and shredded everything in the, still shreds 40 strongholds, but at the time that was something special.
Well, there's 65s in the mini raid. I mean, you can block one turret, get an explosion on the second turret, and kill the whole platform.
Yeah. So, I mean, launchers are useful for tasks like that, and I tell you, if they bring this launcher out like they can, and it could change the game back.
It could preferably, from the sound of it could be a Reaver launcher. If I was to guess, I'd say a Reaver launcher.
I mean, looking at what Chuck here on the chat, that it goes with the fusion carrier. Now, I noticed there that it says carrier, not cruiser. I don't know if there's anything in that, but obviously.
Maybe multi-slot so you can have UAVs on.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm now thinking, because the only things that we've got that are called carriers are the UAV carriers, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes.
Atlas,
I don't know
Valkyrie,
if
Atlas.
I don't know if that's some misinfo there, but I'd have thought it would be a cruiser, and I'd have thought it would do a shit ton of damage. And I think we could see a shift in the game now back towards launchers if they do this as overpowered as it was the first time when they brought it out. I mean, it says that it's going to do a ton of damage, and I think that might mean like a real load of damage, like the sort of damage you see off a cryo depth charge. I think we
You know, the weights
can
can be a lot higher though. So you can't have as many.
Well, sorry, bud.
The weights can be a lot higher, so you can't have as many.
I don't think it will. I think they're going to bring it in overpowered, like they did with the Siege Z. Compare the Siege Z to any of the other Siege missiles.
It's
This is
heavy
going to be.
though.
See, but to me, I mean, let's say quickly. Hopefully, the weight's comparable to like an S launcher, and depending on how heavy it is. Because I just yank some fucking S launchers off my Greta's and throw those suckers up there.
I can kind of like think it'd be at least 100 tons more, at least.
Well, I'm gonna have to pull.
It's going to be more heavy. It's going to be a lot heavier, and it's going to be a lot more powerful. So it tends to be like the Locust, for example, with the Hornet. The Locust is more damage, so it's heavier kind of thing, and it's Reaver-Tech. So you got to, for example, I mean, if it's going to be a Reaver-Tech launcher, for example, that's just speculation. Then it's going to be heavier automatically.
I mean,
it's going to be Forsaken.
In terms of power, this is going to be at least, or in terms of goodness, yeah. Let's say that the Locust is a lot better than the Hornet. This is going to be so much better than, say, the D92U. This is going to be just a massive upgrade. It's going to be like using Siege Missile A's and then using Siege Missile Z's. The difference is going to be huge. And this is going to be a bigger shift as when the nuke cruisers were when they came out, I think. I think that's the sort of level we're going to see coming in here. And if I was anyone, I'd pick them up. Because in my experience, if we've got a new format coming, then you're going to need these launchers to do well in it. Just to guess.
Whenever they put out a game-changing weapon, you should always try to make heaven and earth to grab it. That's the lesson you'll learn. Because I missed it with B-Torps, and I about beat the shit out of myself for a year and a half trying to get it back.
I agree with Stephen. The key thing is always the weapon. Not so much the ship, but always the weapon.
I mean, I scrapped through for years when NCs came out. I didn't get them. I fucking built MCX impulse launchers, and they worked. You don't have to always have the boat, but you need that damn weapon.
Yeah. Okay. That's the Ray talked about. Was there anything else in the July work
in progress?
We haven't touched on?
Yeah, bring Bulkhead back. Sorry,
bud. What was that?
Bring Bulkhead back.
Who?
Bulkhead.
You talking to?
Weaver Bulkhead?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Put it in the section, so I'll be happy.
I'll tell you what I really need, the Gore Supercharger. Because I've built these two fucking Enforcers, and I've had them built for like a month and a half, and they've still not got the Supercharger.
You need a razor, too.
I need what, sorry, bud? A razor?
Yeah, Gillette razor.
Slamming it, boy.
You can hide them behind that Olaf picture, look. That's not a scary looking snowman picture, snowman.
He should be tired, that's why. He should be tired, snowman picture.
Face, Tyler.
I got something for you, snowman.
Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, I have them. I've never used the gauze. It just didn't fit into. I know it works well for what it is. It just didn't fit into the weight build when I ended up building my Greta's. So I might have to reevaluate depending on what comes out, how good these things really are.
God, I'm so.
Yeah, I'll sort you out a build, Stephen. Don't worry, mate. Don't hurt your head.
Thanks, Tyler. What would I do without you, buddy?
You'd do what Paolo did and have a shit Gore Saber build.
I can't speak for that man.
I've got Chuck. What do you mean Supercharger sucks? Tell me.
My experience with them absolutely sucked.
Did you stick them on a ship that had F launchers?
We need more elaboration than one word.
What? They absolutely suck. I tried them on every dang hole I had. They weren't worth it. I mean, in all reality, I wound up kicking them and putting something else in that place.
What weapon were you using?
I've got every impulse launcher there was.
Silent Killer's claiming that R15 Gauss is nasty as hell.
I mean, yeah, just to clarify on the Gauss for everyone, because this is a common mistake that I actually made, and we all know that I'm, you know, pretty sharp on my ship builds, aren't I? Hey? Hey? Right, guys? And the Gauss supercharger is shit with S launchers. Like, you're better off using countermeasure targeting than you are the Gauss supercharger with S launchers. But when you start throwing N launchers onto it, then you're literally increasing the amount of shockwaves you're getting by 50%. Then you should start to notice a difference. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the way it works. It's because it's based on the salvo rather than the amount it supercharges. So instead of getting like effectively a times 12 bonus from the times 8 on an S launcher, it's like times 8.5 or whatever it is. It doesn't work basically. It just doesn't work. Okay. What else was in the July work in progress? There was something else in there. Oh my god. What was the chain? What, Stephen, sorry?
No, you're good. You're good. BSing. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, and I can't remember. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
This week.
This is why you should be hosting these, Stephen. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it's what? Almost 1 in the morning? It's only 8 for me, so yeah. We gotta get some more show notes up. Something to be nice, big, easy. Talk about this.
Yeah. Oh, right, guys. Is there anything else we've missed tonight? I don't think we really have. I think we've pretty much killed the Forsaken Arena. Oh, this is what I want to finish on, right? The Forsaken Arena tournament, yeah? What changes do they need to make, if any? Keep it the way it was, change it back to how it was before, bring back uranium insurance? What do you all think? We'll go across the line, so we'll start with you.
Repair insurance. That's it.
Wayne?
Yeah, I love the toolbox idea. I think it could do with some tweaking with what's in it and what you can do. But the main thing is the insurance. If they really want people to play, they need to bring back the insurance.
Stephen?
So definitely they need to look at diversifying the prize tiers based on where you are. I mean, there's a difference between giving a helping hand and dropping end-level stuff on beginning players just because of their lucky groupings. I definitely agree with insurance. That would be wonderful. Because Kickstarter sometimes has gotten in the habit of trying to get money from us in all directions and all places. This isn't one where you need to grab the money. You're going to get the money on the ship build. You give me a cool enough thing, and I have the money sitting around, I'm going to build it. Or I'm going to speed it up a good chunk. You know, you don't need to get the money by beating us with the carrot. Just dangle the carrot in front of us. You'll get enough money in the end.
Snow?
I liked it this week. Nobody was playing, so I ranked up pretty high.
Yeah, you still didn't outrank me though, did you, Snow?
What? You weren't in my area, so shut up.
I think I just build ships better than you, Snow. I think that's what it is.
I killed Panda.
Chuck, what do you think on the Forsaken Arena tournament? What would you change?
You know, I can understand kick-size coin need, but bringing back some form of uranium insurance would be kind of knowledgeable. It's just pretty simple. Hardly anybody played. I gave up halfway through and still ranked 14th.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing I want to add, right? Now, to be honest with you, the prizes this Forsaken Arena tournament weren't as good as they have been in the past. The thing is with uranium insurance, and I'm sure this got mentioned in Wednesday's show, I think the BP prof mentioned it, and this is what I was thinking when people have been saying bring it back. If you bring back uranium insurance, then the people who ultimately benefit are going to be the grinders. Because unless you want to sit in front of your screen all weekend, you're not going to be able to... But what Kixeye actually did, completely unintentionally, was say, right guys, here you go, play away. It's based on skill, because no one can be asked to coin this shit, and there's no easy way of doing it without. And what that meant was you played for less time. Well, and you still got the same prizes in the end because everyone played for less time. And if everyone could repair using the uranium insurance, then everyone would have, and everyone would have played on it. And then you'd just been spending all weekend in front of your screen and probably not ranked as highly as you did.
What would you say? Oh, sorry.
No, go on, Stephen.
I'd say, what would you say to the idea of, say, quarter repair time instead of insurance coming back? For this time only, for fleets only using the arena, hey, here's, to cut it in half again. Would that satisfy or interest you?
I think there was... the format of this arena was really, really clever. But what was frustrating is the fact that A, it took so long to repair if you completely died. That's what wiped you out. If you only had 3 or 4 fleets and you completely died, that was right, I can't play for 12 hours. And if you were like me, the fleets that got fully dead, you didn't use for the rest of the tournament because you didn't have time to spend 12 hours repairing. Now, what they could have done, which I think would have worked better, is having maybe a cap on repair, something along those lines. So if you fully died, you weren't out the game for 15 hours, you were out the game for, say, 3, like if your dock died. And I think that would have worked better, because then you can keep playing more constantly, and it's not as bad as it... You can't expect people to coin like a raid twice a month.
See, what you're saying, you hit the nail right on the head, is that they need to treat... how do I want to say this? God, it's been a long day. They need to treat that as a base price point instead of trying to go to that. No one wants to pay 26 coins to repair a fleet, nor should they have to. You're just limiting it to people that can afford to do it. I have no problem spending small amounts of money on this game. I do it all the time. I'll coin docks, I'll coin small things, they get far more money out of me 60 cents at a time than they ever would $5 at a time. And that adds up very quickly and very monumentally over the time that I played this game. I think that should be their kicker, really. They need to focus on making it affordable in bite-sized chunks. Not the game in itself, because the game will never be affordable. But I shouldn't have to spend 50 gold to be able to get 20 minutes of enjoyment. That's really whack scale, especially you talked about having 2 raids a month. The financial and time equipment in that is just crazy.
I tell you what I like though, and this is what I really like, right? Never before in this game have I been put on a level playing field where it's been a case of, right, you built the ships the best, you're going to win the fight. And that, or you drive the best, you're going to win the fight. We've never had that in this game before. That was completely like a new experience to me, and do you know what? I ended up doing pretty fucking well because no one was coining, and if it comes down to actual skill and how you built the ships, albeit I nicked my build off the BP prof. If you're clever, that's probably what you do, to be fair. But it's a different ball game when you play it like that, and I'd love to see Kixeye implement something that was no coin, which is what the arena could have been, which is no coin, you just play your matches, and it's based on how well you do. Because
sorry.
That's right, no, go on.
Somebody in chat said that, Doom Rooster said that the uranium insurance is never coming back.
Yay, let's take a brilliant idea that we had that the community loves and say, fuck you. Thanks, Kixeye.
But he also said that they believe that the toolbox was successful, and I'm like, when I heard that, I was just shaking my head. I said, how can you say that it was successful? On so many different levels, it was like bullshit. Because, for example, here's one thing. We've got a guy in our lives, and I know that there's probably a few. that actually go out and hit coins to help other alliance members get dredges to get uranium. Then he goes into the arena and will coin the arena. This time, he didn't spend any coin on the arena, and he didn't spend any coin helping dredges because the day before or 2 days before the arena, no one needed uranium because they knew they weren't going to be able to use it.
Bingo.
I think the thing is with the toolbox, and this is what I really didn't understand, right? The toolbox, every ship in there, would you have built a different arena fleet if you had all the technology available to you? Because all the best tech is in the fucking toy box anyway. Do you know what I mean? We speculated as to what would be in there. Everything was fucking in there. Albeit,
Now, there was a couple of things missing that I can't remember what it was. It was something I was looking for but wasn't in there, but I can't even remember what it was now. Some defense thing.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I looked at it and the Monarch fleet I built, I would have built the same if there was any other tech in that game that was in there. Because, you know, fireback drones are in there, speed systems in there, speed upgrades in there. I'm basically giving you a build here, guys, so take cryo depth charges are in there. Do you know what I mean? It's like everything's in there. It's a difficult one because the way it actually worked, for me, it was a pretty good arena. But I don't think that's how it should have gone. I definitely don't think it's right that level 33 could take the best prize in the game. Right. I think we're pretty much out of time.
Can I ask one quick question before we wrap it up?
Go on.
Did you ever patch the hole in your fucking kitchen, or did you just move so we can't see it anymore? The kitchen ceiling.
That is officially. The reason I'm in here tonight is because my stepdad's on. Well, he's out, so I've got the living room. It's a lot more comfortable than the kitchen. I'm going
to send you a tub of spackle and a spatula and let you go and get up there and get that squared away.
Right. Okay. Are we done?
And I'm going to send you a razor.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, we're plus 10. Let's wrap this one up, guys.
Where do you prefer where I shave tonight?
I own one.
Tell me in the after show, yeah? Right. Latest, guys. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Watch more videos. Is that a thing? Cheers, guys. Bye.